Of August 30th, 2022. This meeting held in the Roselle Park Middle School Auditorium is an open session of the Roselle Park Board of Education, held under the Open Public Meetings Act of the State of New Jersey. Note of this meeting was sent to the Star Ledger, local source, the Home News Tribune, the Borough Clerk, school offices, and the district website. Roll call, please.
President Harms.
Here.
Vice President Carlstrom.
Here.
Paul Bimonte.
Here.
Mark Fernandez.
He's absent.
Z Infante.
Here.
Dr. Brittany Kirtland.
Here.
Jennifer McCarr.
Here.
Constant Quintella. Michael Ann Regan. We have a quorum.
Please, rise for the flag salute. Let it be resolved that the Roselle Park Board of Education meeting hereby convenes to executive session for the discussion of the following subjects: personnel, attorney-client privilege. It is anticipated that the executive session will take approximately 60 minutes. The board may take action during public session. The board shall return to public session following the executive session at approximately 7 p.m. The minutes of the executive session shall be released to the public when the reason for executive session no longer exists. Do I have a motion to go into executive?
Make a motion.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are in executive. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Can I have a motion to go back into open?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are in executive session and we are discussing personnel and attorney-client privilege. At this point, we will start our meeting. At this time, anyone wishing to speak on agenda items only, please come forward, state your name and address, and you will be allowed 3 minutes to speak.
A safe return plan.
Huh?
Only a safe return plan, which we have to do by.
Oh, I'm sorry. Back up. Sorry about that. At this time, we will go into the safe return plan. Who's handling that?
Yeah, no, I can speak on it.
Oh, okay. You got 3 minutes to speak.
Good evening, everyone. The Safe Return in-person instruction and continuity of service, it's part of the Federal American Rescue Plan Act, which is the funding that the district has received during the COVID pandemic period. They have extended, and every 6 months, we need to have it board approved and also have a participation from the audience as well. So it's here. It hasn't changed. In case we do go into, it's on the website. In case you do, we do have to go back into any remote learning, and because of the pandemic, again, it has not changed over the past year. It's the same plan that has been on. So the board will be voting, and that's what's on.
Okay, thank you. Now we will go into the public participation. Anyone who wishing to speak, please, on agenda items only, please come forward and state your name and address. Seeing none, we will close the public portion on agenda items. Principals report. we have?
No, we don't have that today. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Should
so
be
we
on
should
it.
have taken that
Yep,
out.
that should be.
Okay, I'll move on to committee reports. Any committee reports?
Yes, Mr. Harms, I have a policy update. You can find it in your agenda under policy number 5113.1. It's about the harassment, intimidation, bullying policy. The updates to the law primarily focus on record-keeping modifications in the district, including but not limited to student intervention updates and requirements. The statutory definition of harassment, intimidation, and bullying has not changed. In addition to the noted modifications, the district will also be required to provide an online numbered form developed by the NJ Department of Education to confidentially report a HIB incident, and policy states that current version of guidance for parents on the Anti-Bullying Bill of Rights developed by the NJDOE must be posted to the district website. In addition to this review by the state legislature of the New Jersey Anti-Bullying Bill of Rights, the district's administration is taking steps to address the real concern of bullying in our schools. Through a partnership with Rutgers, our children and staff will have access to social work students from the university to assist with emotional and mental health stress, as well as social emotional learning loss. This, as well as continued professional development and assemblies to address bullying, are important steps in the road forward. Thank you, President Harms.
President Harms, I have a report as well. For the Superintendent Search Committee. So our committee met on the 16th of this month with our New Jersey State Board Representative, Gwen Thornton, to review the process of hiring a superintendent. And so within this meeting, we discussed the timeline for the search process, a draft description of what the position would look like, and then also ways to gather community input. And so specifically, I want to talk about that this evening. We decided to use a similar platform, a similar survey platform to what New Jersey State Board Association already uses when they're doing superintendent searches. And so the survey will come out in two parts. There'll be one for staff and there'll be one for parents in the community. And so specifically for the community, the survey will come out within the first 2 weeks of school beginning. And so it's basically just to get your input on what you would like to see in a superintendent. And also for staff, it's to get their input on what they would like to see in a leader. And so while the survey itself won't close until mid-October, we highly encourage the community to fill it out as soon as possible. It'll go out through multiple modes of communication. I'll say a reminder at our next meeting on September 20th. There'll also be an email communication that will go out with the survey link, and it'll also be posted to the district's website. And so these, your responses to the surveys will be used to help inform our interview questions and then how we go about selecting finalists and so on and so forth throughout the process. So of course, if you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to come to a meeting, or you can also contact a board member. Thank you.
Any other committee reports? Thank you both for your reports. At this time, we'll move on to the superintendent's report.
Thank you, Mr. Harms. Good evening, everyone, once again. I just want to touch on a couple of things this evening and begin with the curriculum update. The board will be voting on the second reading of the curriculum, and particularly the phys ed and health curriculum. I know there's been continued concern about the New Jersey standards for phys ed and health and so forth. Since the beginning of the summer, when the conversation started, I've been saying that the district will be responsible in the way we teach our children, and that continues to be the case today. Last month, Mr. Salvo presented, which I thought was an excellent job in explaining how the curriculum is going to be taught. And I want to remind all of the parents about two things. Number one, we're not going to be using any inappropriate that we feel is inappropriate in the classroom, any terms that can be considered inappropriate. We will be teaching the curriculum as responsible as possible. Parents always, and it's not just now or moving forward, but in the past with the family life curriculum, I've always had the option to opt out. In this case also, when we do in grades 5 and 8, there will be a lesson that the standards or the New Jersey standards want us to teach. That will be an opt-in, a situation where the parents, if they choose to do so, and they want their children to learn about certain terms or so forth, they can opt in. The children will be sent over to either the nurse's office or the counselor's office, and that lesson will be taught there. We'll be monitoring very closely throughout the year and how it goes, because this is new, just like every new curriculum, and we've always have had new curriculum. Our family life curriculum that we have presently has been around for years and years, and I remember, you know, the concerns back then regarding the family life curriculum. Again, the law allows the parents to opt out of any lessons that they do not feel comfortable for their children. So I just wanted to clarify and make sure that everyone is aware of that. We will be responsible in teaching our children. We'll make sure that everything is age appropriate. And I wanted to make sure I explained that. I want to just move over to our facilities just for a minute. Mr. Parente's here, and I want to thank the custodians. They always do an amazing job during the summer in making sure that our buildings are clean, make sure that our buildings are ready for when the children come back in September. And this year, like every other year, the buildings look great. But there have been a couple of projects that I wanted to point out. Number one, the field lights will be ready. The stadium lights that are surrounding the football field will be ready for the first football game, varsity game on February 9th. So we're very happy, we're very proud that we were able to do that. Or the auditorium at the high school, we have new ventilation. It'll be ready hopefully by next week or so. And the Sherman and Robert Gordon, I don't know if you have passed those buildings, they have been repainted, the entire building. They really are looking great. Plus many other projects that happen over the summer that your children will be seeing it when they come back in September. Some classroom, some floors that were polished and so forth. So again, congratulations to our maintenance and custodian team for a job well done again. This morning, I welcome our new staff. We have quite a few. We have probably about between 15 and 20 new staff members. Again, it was a very positive day. It was the first day of a 3-day orientation for the new staff. Tomorrow and Thursday, all of the non-tenure staff comes in for professional development as well. So that we're very proud of that. Preparing teachers before they come in September. First day of school, as everyone knows, is September 7th for students, September 6th for staff. We have a full day of professional development for staff on September 6th. And the first 3 days, 7, 8, and 9, are single session days for students. The staff will continue with staff development and professional development. Please make sure that you look for a communication from me on Thursday. It will be the welcome letter to the parents. But in that letter, I don't know if you are aware or not, the CDC has come up with new guidelines for COVID. They pretty much the two top areas are the contact tracing will not be done anymore. The same thing with social distancing. They have relaxed that as well. The New Jersey Department of Health has not come up with their guidelines yet, but typically they do follow the CDC. So most likely it'll be the same for the CDC guidelines, but that will be all in my letter on Thursday. So with that being said, I want to wish everyone, all of our parents and students, a very successful school year. We're really looking forward to seeing your children come back on September 7th. Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you. We'll move on to the agenda. Under item 1, district policies, first reading. We are holding back election and annual appointments, but we will be voting on harassment, intimidation, and bullying. Do I have a motion?
I make the motion.
We have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Vice President Carlstone,
Yes.
Paul Biante,
Yes.
Z Infante,
Yes.
Dr. Brittany Kirkland,
Yes.
Jennifer McCarr,
Yes.
Constant Quintella,
Yes.
President Harms,
Yes. Motion carries. We will move on to personnel, agenda items 2 through 26, and addenda item 1 through 3. Okay, plus the hand carried on 1 for personnel. 2, I'm sorry, let me go back here. There is no 1. Okay, that was 1. Okay. 2, staff appointments. 3, staff resignation. 4, change in assignments and transfers. 5, district substitutes. 6, summer technology help. 7, 2022 additional ESY staff. 8, professional development. 9, revision additional high school extracurricular activities. 10, enterprise secretary. 11, additional summer 2022 child study team personnel. 12, professional development. 13, extra duty periods 2022 to 2023. 14, high school and middle school additional teachers and classes for 2022, 2023. 15, breakfast proctor personnel. 16, lunch proctor personnel. 17, Saturday school. 18, high school extracurricular advisors for the 2022, 2023 school year. 19, middle school chaperones for 2022, 2023. 20, maternity leave of absence extension request. 22, middle school extracurricular advisors, 2022, 2023. 23, federal grant salary allocations for 2022, 2023. 24, additional instructional support stipends. 25, district substitutes for 2023, 2022, 2023. Let me just go back for 1 second. It wasn't it 12? I might have. I'll go back to 2021 additional athletic proctor site managers, 2022, 2023. Yeah, 26. No. Huh? I will, okay. 26, mentoring. The addenda, personnel appointments, number 1. Number 2, staff retirement, and 3, change of assignments. Do I have a motion? I know I said a lot of 2022, 2023s, but do I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on any of them? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Vice President Carlstone,
Yes.
Paul Biante,
Yes.
Z Infante,
Yes.
Dr. Brittany Kirkland,
Yes.
Jennifer McCarr, Constant Quintella,
Yes.
President Harms,
Yes. Motion carries. I also have a hand carry resolution. Do I read the whole thing or? Okay. The board, upon the recommendation of the superintendent, approves a leave of absence for employee 1850 for the period of September 1st, 2022 through January 1st, 2023, or sooner, based upon the receipt of additional information from the New Jersey Division of Pensions and Benefits. The leave of absence shall be without pay and with health benefits. The employee shall contribute towards the cost of such benefits in accordance with the law. Do I have a motion?
Make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Vice President Corso,
Yes.
Paul Bimonte, Z Infante,
Yes.
Dr. Brittany Kirkland,
Yes.
Jennifer McCarr,
Yes.
Constance Quintella, President Harms,
Yes. Motion carries. Under education, agenda items 27 through 34. 27, revision of 2022-2023 school lunch prices. 28, curriculum, second reading. 29, additional education programs, 2022-2023. 30, additional education programs, 2021-2022. 31, update safe return plan. 32, additional marching band schedule 2022-2023. 33, educational trip requests. 34, curriculum adoption. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second?
Any discussion on any item? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Vice President Carlstorm,
Yes.
Paul Bimonte,
Yes.
Z Infante,
Yes.
Dr. Brittany Kirkland,
Yes.
Jennifer McCarr,
Yes, except for number 34.
Constance Quintella,
Yes.
President Harms,
Yes. Motion carries. Under business, agenda items 35 through 54 and addenda to 4. And one resolution. 35, monthly certifications. 36, approval of bills. 37, approval of minutes. 38, secretary treasurer's report. 39, rescinding of the 22-23 joint transportation agreement. 40, use of buildings and grounds. 41, use of facilities agreement. 42, NJSBA CSA search contract. Revised standard operating procedures. 44, district contracts and agreements. 45, approval of early payment of bills for 2022-2023. 46, stale check cancellations. 47, educational service contract. 48, additional revised professional service contract for 2022-2023. 49, disposal of property. 50, additional intern affiliation student. 51, intern affiliation agreement. 52, federal grant amendment. 53, purchasing manual 2022-2023. 54, additional district contracts for 2022-2023. And under business, number 4, student transportation contract ESY. Do I have a motion? Yeah, do I have a motion?
I make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on anyone? I do. I just have a question on this, on number 39, rescinding. Is this meaning we're not doing this anymore? Is that correct? Or I'm not sure if I'm reading it right. This is with the Winfield Park Board of
Yes,
Education.
we're not going to-
We're not going to
Yeah.
pursue that any
We're
longer?
not gonna pursue it. It's not-
Okay, I just want to make
doesn't help
sure.
the district.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Mhm.
Again, if there's no other discussions on it, roll call, please.
Vice President Carlstorm,
Yes.
Paul Bimonte, Z Infante,
Yes.
Dr. Brittany Kirkland,
Yes.
Jennifer McCarr,
Yes.
Constance Quintella, President Harms,
Yes. Motion carries. And I have one hand carried resolution. The board adopts Miss Vessel and Wilbo Esquire to conduct an independent investigation effective August 30th, 2022. Do I have a motion?
Make the motion.
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second?
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Vice President Carlstorm,
Yes.
Paul Bimonte,
Yes.
Z Infante,
Yes.
Dr. Brittany Kirkland,
Yes.
Jennifer McCarr,
Yes.
Constance Quintella,
Yes.
President Harms.
Yes. Motion carries. At this time, we'll move on to continuing business. Do we have any continuing business? Do we have any new business? Okay, at this time, we will move into the public portion, the second public portion. Anyone wishing to speak on any item, please come forward, state your name and address, and you will have 3 minutes to speak.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sanjata Sekou. I live at 336 Sheridan Avenue here in Roselle Park. And I just want to start by saying, throughout this pandemic, I know it's probably been very difficult for you as a board. As a person who sat there, I'm going to applaud you and tip my cap to you for the effort you've put in over these 3 years. And Mr. Garrido, so you're finally retiring. I applaud you and I thank you for your effort and everything you've done here in Roselle Park. All right, so my question here today is, now, New Jersey has certain mandates that's put in place. You have the Amistad about teaching Black history in the school, have the LGBTQ+, the new Asian American, person with disabilities mandates, and I would like to know how is Roselle Park implementing these mandates in our school districts, and how can we see evidence of that implementation?
Thank you for the questions. We implement those through our curriculum. If you reach out to Mr. Salvo, he can share with you the curriculum. Yes, those are all mandated during the QSAC, as you know, monitoring that we go through. We have to make sure we prove those. They are all implemented throughout our different curriculums, whether it's social studies, health, whichever, but they are being implemented.
Okay, thank you. And I reach out to Mr. Salvo. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Jennifer McCool, 415 Filbert Street. Mr. Garrido, Hi, Jennifer McCool, 415 Filbert Street. Mr. Garrido, you just mentioned something about the calendar. So on the Roselle Park School District calendar, it shows the 8th and the 9th as full day. Can you clarify that? Because I'm so excited for my kids to get out of my house that I'm really hoping those are full days, but you mentioned half days.
Yeah, we will, I'll clarify that. You know what, now that you mentioned it, that's a very good question. And you know, I'm thinking of the past, we've always had 2 days. We'll make sure we'll send something out with that. As a matter of fact, the big calendars are being printed out, but we'll send something out tomorrow with my letter regarding the first 2 days on Thursday.
Thank you. 'Cause
Okay,
I know
you're
for
welcome.
me, it's not a big deal, but maybe working parents kind of need to know in advance if
Sure.
their kids are coming.
No,
home
no,
that
we'll
day.
we'll clarify that. My
Thank you.
apology.
Edward Gate, 710 Hamilton Place, Roselle Park. President Harms, Vice President Karlstrom, members. I spoke last meeting and indicating to the complaints being providing and not taken care of. And tonight I want to thank the board for the attention and the steps, also the moves I see clearly, but it's indirectly. I wish to establish direct communication with me so we can move over and reach an end to this issue. Also, a special thank you for the board members followed me outside last meeting to know more details and support. We elected the board to supervise the administration. So I'm asking the board to tighten the supervision on the administration, visit the schools, stand on the conditions, and the teach also the treatments. I'm having some requests tonight. I ask the board to agree with me and approve. Return my daughter, Victoria, to the NJHS because she was removed for no true reason, and her teacher excluded her, and even without communicating with me, coming back to me. Also, I'm requesting discipline for the following: Mr. Salvo, Ms. Batista, for the reason I mentioned in my complaints. Also discipline to Mr. Lacy, Ms. Mauer, also for the reasons I mentioned in my complaints. The principal Goyce, for she knows everything and she not even moving or doing anything to me or reaching out to solve the problems. I'm asking disciplines to Mrs. Lopez, pre-K teacher, not following up with me regarding my concern for my daughter progress report and address my concerns. Also, not providing me with the information about the injury in my daughter eye. Also, her principal, Miss Now, for the same reason. And finally, Councillor Mawad, for knowing everything that the thing came to her attention and she didn't even give me a contact. I'm looking forward for a new school year, peaceful and willing to cooperate with the administration if they're willing to. And hopefully we move over and enjoy a nice teach. Thank you.
Cindy Bago, 433 Walnut Street. So I just wanted to say thank you for changing the curriculum guide, or at least making it more clear what is not going to be in and what will be in, what's family life, so that there's no confusion. I just appreciate it. I know Mr. Salvo worked really hard on it. At least now everybody sees what it is. People can make their own choice. So I just wanted to say thank you. And also, was that you don't know if it's a half day or it is a half day and it's wrong on the calendar?
The first day is a half day, Thursday, Friday is full day. Just
Thank you.
checked.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Last call. I shouldn't have said last call.
Come on, I can't
I
let the
love you.
last
I
part of the
love you.
season go by. Chenja Skula, 145 West Grant, Roselle Park. I think I should just be on roll, that I don't have to repeat that.
Okay,
You know?
roll.
Not for nothing, Lauren, it's been 20 plus years now. Getting a little tired and old. So I just wanted to, I saw the email that just for parents that didn't realize that we no longer are using EdLeo. And just before you talk, school messenger goes to junk mail. So that was a big issue we had at the high school.
Chris, you got that? Chris, you got that? Okay.
Yeah, still. I mean, it was quite funny last year. Poor Miss Costa, she kept saying, I'm sending you stuff. I'm like, I got nothing. I went through and everything was going to junk. Not upset that EdLeo's gone. I'm still getting a report, that one that I sent you with, that there's something wrong with their server or their safety certificate. Do you want me to send it to you instead? Okay. Just point me in the right direction to the right person. I'll figure it out. The only thing I would really like to see going forward, this is my last year in Roselle Park, really is officially as a parent of a student. I can't actually really believe that, but just better communication with parents. This curriculum, all the things going on, the biggest thing that I've noticed is we're having a little better communication with parents. I'd just like to see it a little bit more open and reaching out, hearing the parents. Hopefully we'll see board members at PTAs, PTO, and PTSA meetings, dad's club meetings. There's a lot of clubs in here. There's a lot of things that our kids and our students need. We need to start supporting our arts programs, but we really need to start supporting our sports programs. The next couple of years are going to be rough for our high school. We have a lot of kids. Our football team is graduating. I want to say at a minimum 5, if not more this year. We're not getting the kids coming up through middle school. I don't know if it's something we need to start discussing as parents and as stakeholders in our schools, because if we don't have the programs, our kids aren't going to continue here. And we're seeing them go to private schools, which we have an amazing system. We just need to start talking and communicating. See, I made it.
Okay, that was the last call. Please come forward and speak. If not, I'll close the public portion. Thank you. At this time, I will accept a motion to adjourn. Is that correct?
I make the motion.
Ooh, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Nay. Have a good night, everybody. Drive safe. The next meet. Roselle Park High School, 7 o'clock. September 20th? Yep. I'm gonna do that now, boss. Oh, my God, he's a pusher, man. Holy smoke.